last time was a busy session. You talked to Martin, the outcast Tremere, who healed Emery some of her aggravated wounds. Then you went to rob a bank. Easy, very successfully, I might add. Only 2 kind died. Your beasts are very proud. When you came back to the Fist afterwards, you were summoned by the cult of Mithras to attend a fertility ceremony / Elysium.
Oh yes, I remember the orgy. I remember that. Yes.
The kindred attending were as follows. From the Camarilla, Regina the Harpy, Damien the Herald, and Marin the Scourge. From the Outcasts, Jasper and Valerie, both Ventru, partners in managing a workers' union. From the Cappadocians, Lonely Elspeth, the child of Roger the Camden. One of them, at least. And, of course, you guys representing the Anarchs. Each faction gifted a vial of blood to the Mithraic Mysteries. And at the head of the ceremony were the Heralds of the Sun, most of them anyway. Inquisitor Salvador, a Brugorl of epic proportions. Vizier Harry, Banu Hakim, and a man who will constantly test you. And the man doing most of the talking, Sylvester Ventru, of course, and the voice of Mithras. The ceremony consisted of a little prayer, and then a declaration of a blood hunt. The hunt on Wally, guilty of being a snake. You went back to the Fist afterwards. Dave and Leo had a nice conversation about how to brighten up a room, and I think a little boon might have been offered for said thing. And then Oliver, he went outside with Wally to, accept his offer about teaching him blood sorcery in exchange for taking Wally's place as a scout. And Oliver diabolized Wally instead, and just taking the book of rituals. Your beast is proud. Well done.
I'm not. Not proud.
Some time passes, and Gabriel returns. I assume, Oliver, you have changed your clothes because you were covered in acid.
Yes.
They left quite a few stains there, or holes, I should say. And all the Anarchs have gathered at the Fist. Gabriel has declared that there is to be a rant. A conversation about what to do next. You all stand inside the boxing ring. The cage is not down, but kind of around in a circle where everyone can have their front towards the Baron. He speaks up. He says, well, the first thing on the agenda is looking around. Where the fuck is Wally? And most people shrug, unless someone has any objections.
I would like to basically announce what we heard in the football midnight thingy. Yeah, I'm going to. They have some trouble.
Come again? The last part?
William might have some trouble right now.
Why is that? I heard that Mithras made a move on him, but it's nothing new.
He's blood hunted.
He has always been blood hunted.
They need an official declaration now. Whatever it is, they will forget the narrative with the idea.
He looks at Josh and says, find him. And Josh's eyes go white, and he sort of leans back, hanging on the pole. And the bats are out the boxing ring. Gabriel looks at all of you again and says, first of all, we need to figure out what to do with the money. It's a little less than £1 billion.
Oh my god. Sorry.
But yeah, we need to agree on something. If it should go into like shared funds or everyone want a cut or however we share it. Yeah, I want to hear the people's opinion on this. What do you think we should do?
I don't need anything. Happy to let my share go to everyone else.
If we do have anyone who has hands on finance, maybe we should ask them to take care of the share funds.
I mean, the logistics of it you don't need to worry about. I have a contact that can whitewash our gold.
I mean, a nicer haven would suit.
Right. You know, we can upgrade from the basement like that. I think that would be fantastic. You know, get a new wardrobe, perhaps. You know, for all the sewer tripping we've done, and also like maybe reach out to some contacts. You know, like build some connections in London. You know, get some people on our side for little intel here and there with a little something to grease the wheels there, so that we have eyes all over the city. Like, I think that would be nice. I would like a concert hall for myself. I think that would be great. So yeah, you know, that's just a start. I'll have a list for you as soon as I can. But like that's just kind of at the top there. Like I think that would be. And Luke, he just nods vigorously. Like he's just like, yeah.
If you want real estate and that kind of thing, construction, I'll get Adrian to talk to you.
But nothing too Ventruish or anything. I don't want that. Like you just like make it cool. You know, don't make it like
I could take
commercial real estate.
I mean, I mostly get funding, but I could try to take care of them.
Take what?
Okay, of course. I could take care of that, you know, all the hidden building. I do think I have people who could take care of that if needed.
Oh, that's...
An extra set of, if I may, an extra set of towels for Marie, like for those times when things just get messy.
Oh, and I will be really mad at you. Please don't.
I'm looking out for you. That's all. I've got you. You know, I've got the best intentions at heart here, and I just know that sometimes these incidents happen. You know, you've done good work for us. I just want to make sure that, you know, we're there for you too.
I just don't work well under stress. All right, we just have to be live peaceful, calm lives. That's everything I ask.
I get it. I'm on your side. I want you to know that I am. Here's some towels.
Thank you. I need them today.
How do we split it though? I mean, whatever you decide to do with the money is fine. Do you want just separated individually, or?
I would feel that actually maybe we could do something like half or more than half the split goes for the anarchs as a concept, and then we split evenly the rest. I think it would be fair, something like that.
So half
Oliver
to
nods at this.
Half to the organization, and then we split it between domains. You guys, Isa, and myself.
Sounds good.
Agree.
Well, I'm sure someone is going to do the math. He looks at Josh, who is still a bit out of it. But as he does, Josh returns to the world of the living, looks at everyone, a grin on his face, as usual, and says, Wally's right here in the room. And people look around. Gabriel just says, Wally, come out, for fuck's sake. And no one de-obfuscates themselves.
Theo's just gonna shoot Oliver a look. Just for a split second.
Oliver's kind of like looking around as well. Just kind of, then he was like looking around as well, kind of giving like a cursory glances around, and then he makes eye contact with Leo. He just looks at him. And then he looks back at Gabriel.
Gabriel's confused and he's waiting, but then he starts tapping his foot, gets impatient, and then says, Jake, where the fuck is Wally? Jake shrugs, says he didn't show up for his shift. That's really bad, man. We need a scout. I don't know. Bjarne's just gonna shoot them, and I can't deal with it on my own. Isa starts to look around the room like she is trying to gaze through something. Marie would definitely load a look. The same with Emery, since the unseen.
Here we go.
Alright, could you repeat the roll? Could you repeat the last part?
Isa is just trying to find someone who's obfuscated. If Emery and Marie wants to, they can try as well.
Yeah, exactly. Resolve to Auspetul be nice?
I mean, you don't have to. You know Wally's not there, probably.
Alright, I don't. I personally don't.
Fair enough.
So I have no idea. So I'm just taking half and seeing no one there. So either he's really good or he's not there.
A quick question, storyteller.
Yes.
Is there enough people in here that if Oliver were to sort of like would it be too obvious or too noticeable if Oliver were to sort of move towards the door in any capacity?
I mean, everyone else is standing around in a circle.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just slides off the screen.
Well, look at the time, my good man. Another rousing speech from you, Gabriel. Is he leaving? All right. Yeah, he's gonna stay put, arms crossed, stoic, not doing anything.
Gabriel gets tired of waiting and says, and another matter, how do we deal with the Sabbat? It's technically not within our territory, but they did, claim one of our own, and I don't know. I personally don't like someone like that hanging around my city.
And Luke is going to tentatively raise a hand. If we do go after the brown coats and whatever, what do we stand to gain from that? Like, the whole bank thing made a lot of sense to me because, and he's going to point to like the bars of gold, but the Sabbat, I'm hoping, Gabriel, that maybe you can help me get my head wrapped around that. Like, I get the whole revenge thing and I understand that. And look, I'm here as much as the next person for people we lose. It's heartbreaking, honestly. But I'm thinking about future goals here. I'm thinking about.
I guess we should ask the question then. If someone's special person gets hurt or taken from them, should we do nothing about that?
Oh no! I never said that. That's fair. That's a fair point.
If we do go after the Sabbats, we're going to need some very strong heavy hitters. There's quite brutal ones there. Oliver here will be essential to anything we do with them.
I can fight support if needed, and I think that in the long run they will be a problem for everyone. So at the very least we should keep watch of them.
Gabriel nods and says definitely.
Do you know any, Dave? Heavy hitters?
Well, Oliver, how he led all of us through that bank.
I also want to remind you that Kieran offered her help last time you were discussing it on the street, and she said if you ever need any help to kick their ass, she'll help.
Okay, cool. Okay. Was Bali special to anybody?
I mean,
no? Okay.
She says, us, with a frown, and looks on you.
Nobody else speaks up for a while. I got it. Okay.
Gabriel is just confused. And Josh is staring at Oliver. Grin on his face, from ear to ear. Orange eyes, bright orange eyes.
That's interesting.
Gabriel looks at Josh, and then at Oliver, and then at Josh, and then kind of snaps his fingers in front of Josh's face. And realizes maybe he's just frozen in that state. And looks at you guys again.
Oliver will be like, sure. If the Sabbat needs to be dealt with, I'll do it.
Good. And you have me, of
Seems
course,
like-
as well.
He just gives him the warrior nod, just like that nod. Oliver's actively trying to bring the conversation back to the Sabbat.
Jake says, I can join as well, and Gabriel replies with, no, I need you to stand guard. Now that we're missing Wally, it's even more important because, the Camarilla, if they see a hole, they'll slip through it.
Speaking of which, have we received or noticed, perhaps, maybe not received, which is the best course of action, really, but noticed any kind of response from, say, the tower about the recent shenanigans that we pulled?
I mean, it's only a few hours ago, but I'm sure they're planning something.
Okay.
Are there any plans in place if we're going around and spending money left and right? And if the tower is watching, they might be able to figure out it was us.
I mean...
They got us on camera. I'm pretty sure people know about this.
Thought Emery wiped those.
Oh, really? I'm sorry, I was so concentrated, I didn't notice. That's really nice. Good one, Emily.
I mean, she was in the control room.
Isa says, her arms crossed and looking stern, Victor's gonna figure it out eventually. It's just a matter of time.
We really should just get rid of Victor. I mean, if that's possible. Like, he's been a thorn in our side from night one. So, like, I just feel like, him showing up in our place, and he just needs to be.
Gabriel nods. And Isis says, we can't just kill people, then we're no better than them.
No, it's not without reason. He kind of like, he invaded our space without our permission and made us sign things we never wanted to sign. So I feel like there's cause. I'm not a legal scholar, but I feel there's cause.
I can't believe I'm agreeing with him, but Luke is right. He broke into our haven and threatened us, coerced us into giving him our blood. We're vulnerable.
What hasn't he done, really? Yeah.
That was a direct challenge to yourself as a baron, Gabriel. To us all as anarchs. Surely you can't let that insult ride.
No, I agree, we should totally kill him, but how?
Painfully, quickly, any other sort of adjectives?
Isa says, guys, listen to yourself. Come on, this is madness. Can't just kill people. We're better than this. Jake says, I'm not.
Okay, we'll put him in torpor and they'll just take a long nap in a box in the tent.
Diablerize him.
No.
And then Oliver kind of quickly loses over it.
Take his power from him for us.
No, that's a no. Like, just. Could we leave the violent killing place for some other day? We could focus on the Sabbath right now.
Thank you. Someone sees sense, Isa says. Of course, it's the Tremere in here that has to be the voice of reason.
Oh, shit.
We have reason for why we suggested what we did.
We do. That's right. You tell him, Emery.
I understand, but I'm working on the book, and once I've fixed it, then no harm, no foul, right? Everything's okay.
Well,
I understand that we have priorities right now, but that should be on the list of them. You know, after we take care of this whole.
Dealing with Victor is on the list. All right, we are on that, but we could talk about that later. Maybe we find another solution that's just not.
Well, and I think there's a number of different ways to approach Victor's end. So, like, I think that given enough time, we might even get a little more creative about it. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of options there. You know, there's ways to go about it, and I think that I hope it's not in question. I'm with my colleagues here. I am in solidarity with the whole plan of like eliminating this individual, but I don't want us to pass up in our rush to bring his story to a conclusion, the ways to make those final pages as interesting as possible, to make them sing off the page. So I feel that with enough time, we'll be able to do that. The Sabbat are much less interesting, and we should just kind of remove them from all of London as soon as possible.
Gable, he nods to everything you're saying, then he points to you and looks at everyone else. This is the difference between a singer and a musician, you see. And he just smiles a bit. Okay. So we eliminate the Sabbat. I'll help you, of course. And figure out what to do about Victor. It has to be a good plan, otherwise he'll literally set flames to us. I just want our character to remind the players of your chat with Nemesis about the very same subject. Not that you have to bring it up, but you have the knowledge of her intention with Victor as well. Trapping him in the abyss. Alright, I need to do things. He looks at everyone and... Can we go Sabbat hunting tomorrow night, maybe? Let the shit settle. There are like police all over the city, and he turns on the TV. Of course, it's
amazing though, isn't it? It's like the celebration after the fireworks.
It's the bank, or the lack of bank on TV. You see on a helicopter, and of course it's terrorism. Then the media says.
Yep.
I mean, for the record, thermite doesn't go out easily, so.
What we couldn't carry melted away into the sewer.
That sounds like a them problem.
Gabo smiles at it.
Died?
People? Well, only the one looks at Oliver. Oliver killed? We haven't discussed that, but I assume you're, a bit out of your mind? Riding the wave, maybe?
Well, if he didn't do that, our lives were all at danger. It was self-defense in a way.
It was Oliver versus a shotgun, and Oliver won. That's the end of the story.
I know it's easy to snap out at times, but I think you are better than that, Oliver.
Let's wait till we get back, I guess. Sorry, I'll just continue with what I had in mind. Because your night finishes, you go home, or out hunting, or whatever you want to do. If anyone want to hunt before bed, they can make a roll.
I would like to. Thank you very much. 1 second. I mean, I can't really. There's no way to roll fame in roll 20, so I'm going to roll compulsion plus charisma. Intimidation plus charisma. And use that specialty. Should be rolling. Not really sure so you can see it.
There's no roll being made. But you have a hurt, right?
1 second, please. See if it doesn't work, I will try to.
I mean, if you have a hurt, you don't need to roll.
Yeah, but I don't want to use my hurt.
Oh, fair enough.
That's the thing. I will prefer to save it for, one time that's important. If you allow me to take half, I think I just overpower the check, but I understand so you want me to roll. Doing it again.
Oh, half should actually... What's your dice pool?
I here's the thing. My dice pool is 7, but I have 3 dots in fame, which reduces the difficulty.
Yeah. Well, then half should be enough.
Alright. Then I'm just going to drop to 1, hoping I don't kill the poor lady that I am, doing some tarot reading to. I will back for the Enterprise. That will be me for tonight.
Does anyone else want to hunt? I mean, Luke has something set up for the very next evening, but...
I think I'm at 0 hunger, right? Still.
Yep.
2.
Doing pretty good.
They stop off on the way back. Just a little something.
Yeah. Leo, you have quite a bit of aggravated wounds. When you're gonna wake up, you might want to heal some of it. Do you want to go feeding, or do you just want to chance it?
Sure, why not? Let's go heal a little bit of health.
I mean, I think you could take half as well. With your I can't remember your stats for the coterie, but it's the pack here. Let me see here.
7?
The chassis, so that's 3. Yeah, difficulty 3 with 4 chassis, I think. So half should be plenty.
I think the API is gone again as well.
Ugh.
Whoa, roll 20.
Apparently it's one of those nights.
Whatever the difficulty is, we pass.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Unless
That's what I'm talking about.
you guys feed, well, you go to sleep, and everyone, can you now do a rouse as the first thing?
Don't you want?
Oh, that's what I thought we were rousing for. Luke doesn't need to rouse for anything else.
So if I already did one, I need to do another one?
Yeah, from now it counts, because now everything works on my end and I can see it.
Oh,
All right. Oh, okay.
I'm comfortable at 0 hunger.
Oliver, you hear whimpering in your mind as you wake. You're not quite sure what it is. It's nothing you've heard before. Your beast is usually a bit more gruff. Dave, you wake to a beautiful sight in a field. There's trees growing around. You hear a beautiful woman singing somewhere in the distance. She's covered in vines and glowing like the sun. Wake up, feel fine. Your beast has your back, as always.
Perfect. Anything he needs, anytime he asks.
Emery, you wake with a craving, probably from sleeping next to the altar too soon, or for too long without knowing what it is. And Luke, when Luke
we
wakes,
just need to eat some people.
the light flickers, and you lose power for about 20 minutes.
Sorry.
Typical.
Roll 20.
Let me get back here. Of course, you all gain some willpower, equal to either your resolve or composure, since this is a new night. And then everyone except Luke and Oliver, you have to do a, what was it? Stamina and survival difficulty 3.
This is for...
This is for
The disease that is the thing you...
Was I cured though the last time?
Nope, you're just healed.
No modifiers?
No modifiers unless you
And you said stamina and what?
Let's go.
survival.
Only can get it through with a crit. Let's go.
Did I re-roll?
You wrote 2. You can willpower if you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna willpower it. Why not?
Marie, the corruption spreads.
Yes, more rated damage. I feel tempted.
3. Woohoo!
3.
I'm going to heal aggravated damage.
Dave, the corruption spreads.
And ditto. Let's try and heal some.
Same
can we
for Emery. And yeah, if you want to heal, do 3 rouse checks. Then you can heal 1.
All right, not bleeding.
Oh my. Oh no. No.
Wow.
I think I could eat.
I'm gonna try to do my 3.
That's one aggravated
Yeah.
heal.
Yeah,
So I get so I heal, right?
yeah.
Okay. So this is the point where I go use my herd to feed.
Yes.
Okay.
Is anyone at danger levels of hunger? Like
3.
4?
I mean, 3 is danger for me.
I would love
yes.
to go hunt somebody. Just need food.
Yeah, Luke, you have a thing set up already, but you're not affected by
Yeah,
this
I'm
anyway.
good. I'm just doing my thing, and I'm so cool. So no aggravated healing for me. I'm just doing my thing.
Well, people go out feeding for
Yes.
like half an hour,
Mm-hmm.
return.
Should I roll?
Huh?
Should I roll or?
No, it's fine in your new domain. I think it's difficulty 3, but I think all of you have
Oh yeah.
at least 6 dice for your hunting rolls.
If I want to feed from 2 people, would that increase the time or just increase the difficulty? Because I would like to actually do some more stuff before, As in, I would like to use my boost of life, and in case it increases hunger, I would like to, grab another person. Not sure if that's possible. That will require more time or more difficulty.
Time. Because a mortal will only contain so much blood. That depends. If you want to stay in, then it's totally fine. It will take no time at all, and you can do it real
the
quick.
thing. I would like to actually, just grab 2 more.
Yep.
So, yeah. But,
Yep.
I mean, let's just do the rouse first. Never mind. All right, yeah. I fresh as a rose, black, thorny, discomposed rose.
I can't wait to get out of our current digs and into something more respectable and less basement-y.
Well, apparently there's a lot of money on the way. You guys, you meet up. It's still early in the evening. You're kind of expecting to go sabbat hunting later. It seems
Yes.
so.
Yes.
And out of nowhere, just in the middle of the room, kind of, but still with at least a yard or a meter's distance to anyone. The Vizier, Harry Livingstone, appears. He's covered in his midnight blue suit and not blushed, but he doesn't care about that. He's smiling, straight back, and pulls out a notebook and a pen. Looks at Emery. Thank you for inviting me, dear.
As always.
He gazes around. Sizes of the place. It's not hot. It's a small place. You're pretty cramped in here. Makes a note. And says, I believe you had an altar.
Through there.
Yes.
Neil's just gonna point to the wall.
He's moving past you guys. And it seems...
This guy? Wait, would he just say this once?
What?
Who was this guy? This person? This year?
Harry Livingstone. He's Herald of the Sun. He was at Elysium last night.
Alright. So, alright. I mean, she told him, then never mind. I'm just going to lower my head and, keep a really close eye. Sorry.
It's fine. As I said, he's very deliberate not to touch any of you as he's moving past you. Almost like you're made of shit or acid or fire even. He makes no attempt to hide that he's moving away from you. He walks into the room, looks at the altar and says, "Yeah, I see. Very clever, very clever." Was just kind of mumbling to himself and looks back at you guys. He looks at you, Oliver, and says, "Congratulations on your kill. Well deserved, well deserved. You have served the sun and you shall be rewarded."
Oliver gives him this look and then kind of like he does that thing where he looks around the room and looks at everyone's reactions.
I'm puzzled. Bamboozled even. Really confused.
Congratulations.
He makes a note again.
What's he referring to? The
removal of the snake, of course. Well done. Tricking the trickster.
And he just kind of like and again looks around the room.
Luke is just gonna narrow his eyes like, what?
I just want to, just keep my composure, not react. At least for now, I want to hide my true feelings or intentions. But I'm nervous.
He pulls down his sleeve, Oliver, and extends a bare arm towards you, just to shake your hand. But making
Luke is just gonna
very
slowly shake his head. He's just gonna be like,
and he slowly he even gives kind of like when he sees like the looks of like judgment, he gives like an indignant look back, and then he puts his hand out and he shakes Harry's hand.
He shakes it, smiles.
What sort of reward are you talking about exactly?
Oh, I'm sure we can come up with something. Little Bird told me that you're looking for a proper forge. He smiles. And he really drags out the word forge.
And Oliver's eyes widen at this, like...
And you get a sense that calling it a forge is a stretch.
And he's like, yes. Do you have one?
Yeah, well, we have to, do some tests and get everything in order, but I'm sure we can figure something out. This is the first step in the right direction. To see the sun again. Beautiful sight. And he looks at Dave and says, "You didn't take part in the prayer last night. Why?"
I didn't feel myself worthy. So many good and glorious people there. I wouldn't want to insult you or Ithris or the sun.
Oh, I see. But don't worry, dear Dave. We can all stand in the light.
Glad to hear it.
And he looks at you, Luke. Speaking of atheists, you didn't feel particularly gripped by the moment? Or is it like Dave, you didn't feel like you deserved it?
look, I'm just new to all of this, so...
Oh.
that's all he's gonna say, like...
Is there any way, through my knowledge of occultism and religious vampire practices, what will be the most educated answer to this, especially taking into account my own condition, because I really don't want to get even more on the bad takes of these people. Instead of something like etiquette, maybe I could use occultism, taking into account it's cultist related.
What specifically do you want to know?
Mostly what will be what they are expecting from this kind of rituals, like they are actually affect the people in them. He's talking about more of a spiritual calling, and mostly what kind of etiquette will be adequate in this concept. Like, me saying, look kind of boring will be a really bad move, or like, yeah, all right.
It's I guess I trying to figure out the cult of Mithras. I'm still not sure what your intention is, like specifically. Like, is it the traditions of the cult of Mithras? Is it figuring out if you should open your mouth right now?
Exactly. Basically that.
Okay. The short answer, and you know this, the cult of Mithras hates Tremere. They barely tolerate you. So I'll leave it up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will just stay silent then.
The next person he looks to is Leo and says, "Ah, the dancing rose. Regina speaks highly of you. Well done." And he makes a note.
Yeah.
And looks at Emery and says, "The spymaster sends his regards." And looks at Marie and says, "And best not to forget, the usurper, the charlatan. You'll get what's coming to you someday, but you're not quite ripe enough yet." Emery, the altar. It says, "This altar shall deflect the gaze of the fallen mirrors of God. This altar shall bind the same beings in place and render them incapacitated. To my fellow judges, this is not something that can be controlled. Removing the chains or attempting to execute it could prove fatal." And the rest is just magic.
So she would tell everyone else that. But the question is, it says that removing the chains could prove to be fatal, but I don't know if it's for the one in the chains or for us or both. There's one way to find out, though.
He just smiles, makes a note again, and says, "Well, inquisitive, but do be careful when dealing with the fallen."
Will do.
He looks through his notepad again and looks at everyone an equal amount of time in the eyes. The only difference is that he is smiling towards Emery and Leo and Oliver. And then his gaze goes across the room again and he says, "If anyone wishes to join us, I would like to extend the offer again. Just come see us and hear about our tests. You don't have to be part of the lower part of the hierarchy. You could be at the top."
I mean, that all sounds. He's thinking this in his head. That all sounds very culty to me. I mean, I just don't, like that just sounds exactly like what a cult leader would say. So, yeah, I'm. I saw that look, Dave. So like I'm not. Yeah. Luke is he's just gonna put on a straight face of like, look, like at this point, like one of his convictions is definitely going to be no gods, no masters type of thing. Like, it's just like, so yeah, he's not going to give him anything to go back with. Like, he's just like, I'm not ready to like get into your whole bullshit, man. So
he looks around the room again and says, "Is there anything else I can educate you on while I'm here?"
There is one thing. It probably isn't of any interest to you, but in case you did know anything, we're trying to Amelia or some of the Cappadocians. Some of us have been infected by something by the mortals. I don't suppose you know too much about anything like this? They will expose a nice rotted piece of forearm.
I know what it is. And if what you're asking is, do we have a cure? Then the answer is yes.
Fantastic news. I have a follow-up question. would we be able to get hold of any of this cure that you mentioned?
I mean, it would either require a boon or joining us and taking in Mithras so he can purge it from your body.
I hear what you're saying, and a boon is readily available in exchange for this, because rather myself and others of my coterie didn't stumble and fall in the coming nights. If I had to offer boons for all of them, that's perfectly fine. I'm more than welcome to.
Go
You
see.
don't need to.
Sorry.
You don't need to offer a boon for me.
He's just looking at you guys and says, in any case, if you seek to go the... Smiles at himself and says, scientific path. Go see Elspeth. She is child of Roger. If she does not have the abilities to do so, she will certainly point you in the direction of who will be able to. Most likely Albert or JK.
Thank you very much.
If there is nothing else, I will take my leave. He starts walking into the bathroom, which is quite weird, because that's not the way out.
No, that's where my clothes are.
And he gives everyone a slight bow, looks at Marie, does the thing with the fingers, like I'm looking at you, and then slits his own throat, metaphorically, puts a hand on the mirror, becomes mirror shaped, like it's folding over him, kind of matrixy, and then he is sucked into the mirror with a slight ding that rings for a moment, and then it's gone.
Drama.
Luke is getting his own haven. He's done with all of these people appearing in the haven.
Oliver, did you eat Wooly?
I was hoping to use that for blackmail.
Just come up right out and say it. I love that. He looks at you and he's like, and he looks at all of you. Not a word about this. Not at all.
Genuinely impressed with you. You're all so quiet.
Oh, what happened?
Oliver wanted Wally's spellbook, and now he has it.
I did what I needed to do to get ahead. So I'm not at the mercy of all these twats.
That's my general outlook on life as well. I think it's a good one.
Luke is realizing he's surrounded by monsters.
Luke is next.
Another reason to get my own haven.
In my mind, I'm picturing Luke leaning on the guy who's chained up in our haven, completely
Right, exactly.
saying, "Oh, I'm so surrounded by these terrible people."
Abu? Alright. Did you need the Abu? The knowledge to survive?
I don't just want to survive either. I want to thrive. And I'm willing to do what it takes. And he kind of like reaches into his pack and he pulls out the book. And he's just like, he's going to give it to me. But I can't make heads or tails of this, or at least I couldn't. But now I can.
Logical.
And you will see on his face, he's a little conflicted. Oliver may be an asshole, but this is like another... Like, you heard that whimpering this morning. It's left him a little rattled.
Like, that's what I want to know. Like,
are you... Do you really feel like yourself after that?
And then he kind of, like, his face hardens. And the conflict goes away, and he's like, I've never felt better.
I step back.
storyteller, does Oliver hear any more whimpering inside of him as he's giving these answers? Like,
Beast is quiet at the moment.
So Sabat.
On an unrelated note, points to the chap chained up. Are we going to help this guy?
I don't know if
Didn't
we
you say you wanted to
should.
kill him?
Well, that's the thing. The inscription that's over there said that if the chains are broke, there will be death, but it's unclear if it's for the person who tries to free him or himself, the one that's in the chains.
Then don't break the chains. Just feed him with someone. I can go grab someone off the street now.
Aren't you going? But that would imply bringing someone here. Look, are you going to sacrifice someone just to fool him?
People are people. Don't worry about it. They vanish all the time.
Luke's gonna vanish right now.
I gotta get out of here.
That's right.
I don't think it's advisable to mess around with whatever that thing is in there. It's in there for a reason. And according that Harry, he's got pretty significant magic keeping him. Must be someone important.
I mean, of all the assholes we've met in London, he's not the worst roommate. He hasn't tried to make us sign a book, at least.
And he's got a forge.
At the very least, we should give him a chance. Maybe there's some way we could communicate with them.
Oh, you just set the trigger. Can everyone do a
Wait, what did you say? That was a trigger.
communicate? That would be a resolve and composure, I think.
Oh no. Oh, bad.
The fuck is going on?
Let's maybe try and communicate with it.
Resolving composure?
Yeah.
Alright, Dave is completely fine with this.
Are we allowed to fail?
Yes.
What was it that didn't communicate? What was...
I'm terrified of Dave,
I
bro.
don't know
Like,
if
there's
I
something
want to
about
succeed
him.
on this.
Dave is,
Alright.
he's unflappable. He's just, yeah.
I will not pray. I will not be swayed.
Storyteller, is there an opportunity to surge for this role?
Search. What do you mean?
Like blood search.
Oh, search.
You know.
Yeah, I thought you meant search, like look for
No,
something.
no.
But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, fine. Okay, I got a little hungrier. That's fine. You know,
The power goes again.
the power goes out again.
I'd like to rouse as well, if that's all right. I'd like to
Yeah.
test out my new.
Wow,
Hey.
that was an outstandingly bad roll. Okay.
Consistent.
And so
I'm gonna
do I
re-roll.
just roll 2 die. Do I?
Okay, that's
do I
2
just do, like,
successes. Luke is already bothered, so I can understand his composure resolving a little bit not at its best right now.
Should I, for the blood surge, should I just willpower roll and then 2 instead or something? Or what should I do to add those 2 dice?
Just roll 2d20. D20. D10. I can never say it. D10.
I don't know how to do it.
The 10-sided dice. Just /R 2d10.
Oh.
Yeah. Or not, maybe. Yeah, you can do it that way. Yeah, it's fine.
It's alright, never mind, I'll fail it. It's fine, never mind.
Did anyone go above 3? I think Emery and Dave, right?
Yep.
Was it Emery had 3?
I got 3 as well.
You got 3 as well.
I got 3 as well, but I kind of
I
want to
said
fail
1.
it.
Come again, Emery?
Emery got 1.
Oh,
1.
so Marie and Dave succeeded. And Leo wants to fail.
Yes.
Well, Dave and Marie, you don't hear anything. The rest of them kind of space out, you think. But you do hear a calm voice of a man who says, I can hear you, you know. And
The fuck?
you're also aware of each other's thoughts at the moment.
Can we hear Dave's thoughts?
I just want to clarify that.
Alright.
No,
Dude.
you can't hear Dave or Marie.
Damn.
He's unassailable. What is he?
So right now I'm getting the horror of Emery's, Oliver's, and Leo's thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whatever is talking to you.
Okay.
If you release me, I'll do whatever you want. I don't know what that is.
Are you guys alright?
Don't worry about it, Mary. Give us 1 second.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Luke looks around, realizes he's hearing the thoughts of at least some of his other coterie. He notices that Leo is contemplating all the ways to work this situation to his advantage.
Emery's trying to save him. She cannot harm the innocent. He's not done anything to her. So she's like, I won't kill him. That's her thought process currently.
Leo's just gonna think, what do you need to be saved?
Just break the chains and wake me up with some blood. Preferably something of your kind. Our kind.
Did we wake you up first?
Yes, but then I will power the altar.
So how do we break the chain without dying?
Rip them apart and deal with the fallout.
What do you mean fall out?
There's likely to be a trap of some sorts.
Lucas, that's it. He's done. He's gonna leave. He's going.
What a lad, bro. What a lad.
Unless you have a way of disenchanting it first.
Listen, Marie, we are having a conversation. Wait 1 second.
You're not talking! You're not going to gaslight me? Not again!
So Emery's going to, as she's sitting here, she's going to reiterate what it says. I don't want to hurt him. And I think that maybe it might be worth noting, as she's like saying, the altar shall bind the same beings in place that render them incapable or incapacitated. What does that mean?
You say it out loud and the connection severs. You can no longer hear each other's thoughts, and the voice disappears from your mind.
All of us?
Yeah, as Luke is about to leave the room. And Emery says that.
Emery, what did you do?
Oh my god.
Have I
I
missed
just read this thing. What do you mean, what did I do? I'm sitting here reading this thing to you.
Yeah, but once you said it out loud, it kind of broke it off.
Leo?
Broke what off?
Were you talking mentoring?
Yeah, we were having a conversation with the guy in the chair.
Don't trust him. He lies.
So
No.
No, when last time he was lying if he said anything at all about what I was thinking.
So
I think we better leave him well enough alone. That wasn't right. What just happened? I did
maybe
not like that at all.
we could try to do that again together, and it will help. I'm sorry for interrupting it. I just did not understand. And by the way,
he mentioned something about if we break his chains and feed him blood, he's free. If we just feed him blood, he powers the altar. But breaking the chains could also fuck us up.
Hmm.
So it doesn't sound like it's worth it.
I
It
mean,
might be.
we could negotiate with him. Like, it's the thing. See if what Aisha said is true. In the meanwhile, we have to investigate. As much as I would like to help them, we need to make it safely. Maybe we can find a way to deactivate whatever is guarding that altar. And in the meanwhile, while we investigate, maybe he will be willing to help us with what he does. I'm unsure. But we all could something out of this.
Well, We know a few different kindred now that deal within the arcane, like Nemesis and so on. Maybe we could take a bit of advice.
I mean, if I got access to a library, maybe I could try to get something done. Just for starters, like, do we, as our characters, will know what it implies the power of telepathy, or do we have to roll to understand, how big of a deal this guy is?
I mean, I assume that, well, if you think that the fallen means a demon, then that's fine. That is usually the way that people hear that word. But if you want to go deeper, you would have to do an occult roll.
All right. Mostly to basically, make sure I, as a player, have the same knowledge as my. Incredible, amazing. I'm going to use willpower because sorry, no, I'm not taking this. I can make peace with that.
With a 3, well, you're thinking demon, but apparently a certain type of demon, not something you heard of before. You don't know the demonic hierarchy or anything like that. You just know that demons exist.
Alright, but I will not know about the telepathy power in Kindred. I can contemplate that possibility.
Oh, if just for the normal discipline, for sure. You would know about this.
Perfect. Then, yeah, I'm going to take that. I will make further studies, but yeah. So, if you want, we can try to start with them again. With this for now, it will be good for us all.
Helping him out could give us help. Right now we just have to deal with Zabat, but then probably the cam is gonna come for us because we blew up their bank.
But didn't they mention the judges or call him a judge? So they're all one of the Banu Hakim. We have to be really careful because don't they sort of feeding, attacking, killing our own kind?
Yeah, but he'll owe us one.
You make a good point. Perhaps you lot can do whatever you want, but I advise that perhaps we should give Mithras perhaps a shake. Between the Camarilla and the Sabbats all around here. The Anarchs don't really have much power. The Mithras expected to be on the winning side.
I agree.
And they got to forge too. And he actually looks excited. You've never seen him happy before. But when he mentions the forge thing, he's like... And he... Even during the whole thing, his thoughts would have been... Well, you guys could hear his thoughts. He's like... You can hear him thinking about it. And if you could visualize it, you could see bits of a fiery furnace. And a sword being put into cooling water. That's what his thoughts were going towards in the moment that mental assault took place.
If I can interrupt for just a second, the flow of your conversation. Did a passive thing. And Maria, you feel something push into your mind. You are speaking about the sun after all. You see Harry. He's standing close to your haven. It was a 3, so you're a bit confused about the time. But he's hearing a conversation with the air, it seems, because no one else is there. You have a distinct feeling that this is not accidental, this is being shown to you. But Harry says to the night air, "This is a private conversation, Prince. We both know you serve us." And then there's a pause. And he says, "Well, dear prophet, let's see who can kill a god first then." And then he smiles and says to the night air, I can't believe he hung up. And then you return to the basement again and kind of get the tail end of Oliver's sentence.
And you will see Emery go back. You all said that when you were in there that there was something going on with your mind, right?
It was going on with yours as well, right?
I mean,
Wasn't it everyone but Marie and Dave?
What happened?
If you saved, did you did you not hear it? Like, is that how that worked, storyteller?
Here,
because I didn't pass, I wouldn't know that you did. So now that she has, she would be questioning. Did you all have something in your brain space?
You know, the ironic thing about this is that even if Dave did, he'd probably just shake his head no. You know, like you just never can tell with him.
Just another Tuesday?
they all look confused, I think. About did you also hear that?
Oh, so if we failed, then we don't even recall that happening, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, you do. It's two
no,
separate
this is
things.
something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
I
is
got you. I
something
got you.
else. I was
My bad.
Just rolling sense the unseen passively for the ones who had it. I think it's only.
Oh, I got you.
And Emery, hey, she had a vision or something that's kind of pushed into her mind. Well, only a 3 though, so a little information.
I think there's some things going on. I don't know. I saw and heard things, and I don't know how it happened.
Maybe the guy in the chair tried to talk to you again?
Maybe.
No, I'm gonna ask because we're gonna break soon. But is there anything you guys want to do before you go to the hammer and the sickle or whatever you're planning to do with the sabbat? Any downtime thing you need to do before you gather again, or going to the fist, or what's the plan here?
I mean, if we like, I would like to settle like see if we actually use talk to this guy and decide to use the focus before leaving, so that we are better protected against everything. That's what I suggested, and I stand by it. Basically, you know, I as I would like to propose a voting to decide on that until we can know how to safely combine him or do something about him. We use his capabilities to maintain both ourselves and himself safe. That's my proposal. Not sure what everyone else thinks.
What is your proposal? Sorry.
What? All right. Well, what? It was. Did you not hear me? I'm sorry. So basically, maybe before we leave for the cycle and all that, we'll ask everyone, see if we are going to do something about this guy we have changed. She proposed that in the meanwhile we discover how to safely unbind him, we could use the focus capabilities for both himself and ourselves for more safety, because rituals are stronger and it will be harder for people to sneak by and do anything in our heaven, like, I don't know, popping out of a portal. So that's her take. I want to, before we can either unbind him or do whatever we want with him, use the altar for our own purposes, so that we both may benefit. Not sure what the
Oliver
rest
just
of the
kinda-
pack thinks.
I have no need for an altar. I'm not a Tremere. I don't know how to do that death shit. Any kind of waves his fingers around. That's those are my clan are usually able to do. So it's all yours. I'm not going to touch it. And just count me. I'm not involved in anything to do with that thing in there, and I imagine it just looks over, you just see its shadow, like up like in the chains. I think the sooner we get out to this place, the better.
I don't want to have anything to do with releasing or messing with whatever that is in there. There's something my sire told me. What's worse, the devil you know or the devil you don't know? And so far, the one that we know in there isn't messing with us too much. So I'll just keep them the way they are.
For the audience, Luke is already gone.
Yeah, he's not just gone. He's bounced. He's like,
that's right.
He's like, I'm never going to darken this doorway again.
That's right.
You had a question, Oliver?
What is a mannerism that Wally had? Maybe something that he did, maybe a way that he stands that maybe Oliver has picked up.
Very relaxed and well, he was a silver tongue, so he was always very relaxed in social situations, and a bit of a party man as well, so tempting people. But mannerisms, it's well, you know this now, that he was mulatto, of course, American. He grew up in a lower middle class neighborhood, but he had a little bit of ghetto speak about him in his younger days.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just the kind of guy that will get the party started and make people do really stupid shit. Not necessarily dangerous, but stupid.
That little bit of satire that's in there, it's like, bro, you should totally take all those shots, bro. Like, that guy. Hell yeah. I think in this moment, earlier on, you guys have seen Oliver, when there's a lot of people, he is very socially awkward and very, like, kind of like, remember, like, when you guys first met him, he didn't really want to talk very much. And if there was a lot of people in a room, he'd be very like kind of like shoulders down a little bit slightly. Or if he wasn't outright like posturing, like with his arms back, trying to give off the tough guy air, but you could tell that they was somewhat artificial. The last couple of hours, he's been fine. And just even in like the gathering in the circle where we're at the tavern at the bar, he was fine.
Open,
like it just seems like things
like
exactly
positive body language. Yeah,
positive body language, not withdrawn, not anxious, but very, very relaxed, very aloof.